Today, we're diving into the incredible story of Samson, a man blessed with extraordinary strength but challenged by deep weaknesses. His life is a powerful reminder that true strength comes not from ourselves but from God. It's a story of miracles, mistakes, redemption, and hope, one that still speaks to us today. Long ago in the land of Israel, there lived a man unlike anyone the world had ever seen. His name was Samson, and Samson had a secret. He had incredible strength, strength that came straight from God. At the time, Israel was in trouble. They were being ruled by their enemies, the Philistines, a strong and cruel nation. But God had a plan to rescue his people, and that plan started even before Samson was born. There was a man named Manoah and his wife. They couldn't have children, but one day an angel appeared to them with amazing news. "You're going to have a son," the angel said, "and he's going to help save Israel from the Philistines." But there was one special rule. Samson had to be set apart for God from birth. That meant he had to follow a vow called the Nazirite vow. No drinking alcohol, no touching anything dead, and, most importantly, he could never cut his hair. Samson grew up blessed by God. He became strong, stronger than any man alive. He could tear apart a lion with his bare hands. He could defeat entire armies all by himself. But Samson had a weakness too. He often acted on impulse, letting his emotions and desires lead him into trouble. One day Samson saw a Philistine woman and decided he wanted to marry her. Even though the Philistines were the enemies of Israel, his parents warned him, "Isn't there a woman among our own people?" But Samson wouldn't listen. He married the woman, and it led to disaster. At his wedding feast, Samson made a bet with some Philistines, challenging them with a riddle. But when they couldn't solve it, they tricked his new wife into revealing the answer. Samson was furious. In a rage, he stormed off, killed 30 Philistines, and gave their clothes to settle the bet. By the time he cooled down and came back, his wife had been given to another man. Things just got worse from there. Samson took revenge. He caught 300 foxes, tied their tails together, set them on fire, and let them loose in the Philistines' grain fields, burning down their harvest. The Philistines were furious. They wanted revenge too. It became a never-ending cycle of anger, betrayal, and violence. At one point, they tried to capture Samson, but armed with only the jawbone of a donkey, Samson fought back and defeated 1,000 men in a single battle. Years later, Samson fell in love again, this time with a woman named Delilah. But Delilah wasn't trustworthy. The Philistine leaders paid her to find out the secret of Samson's strength. She begged and nagged him day after day until finally he gave in. Samson told her the truth. "My strength is in my hair. If it's cut, I'll be as weak as any other man." While he slept, Delilah called for the Philistines and they cut his hair. Just like that, Samson's strength was gone. The Philistines captured him, blinded him, and threw him in prison. For a long time, Samson lived as a slave, grinding grain in prison. But during that time, something important happened. His hair started to grow back, and maybe more importantly, his heart began to change. Samson realized he needed God, really needed him. One day, the Philistines threw a giant party to celebrate capturing Samson. They dragged him out of prison to mock him. They placed him between two huge pillars supporting the temple. Samson prayed a simple but powerful prayer. "Lord, remember me. Please strengthen me just once more." Then with all his might, Samson pushed against the pillars. The pillars cracked and crumbled. The whole building collapsed, crushing Samson and thousands of Philistines. In his final act, Samson defeated more of Israel's enemies than he had during his entire life. Samson's story is one of strength, but also weakness. It shows us that even when we mess up, even when we fall hard, God can still use us. Samson's life reminds us, our true strength doesn't come from us. It comes from God.